Welcome back to another episode of the Hard Hitter Podcast. We are here with our last NHL second round preview / prediction. And we have the final division, the North Division, the Winnipeg Jets, the 2 seed the 4 seed, versus, the 3 seed versus the 4 seed Montreal Canadiens. Mixing words up here. So 2 upsets in the North Division, 2 big upsets. The Jets, of course, swept the Edmonton Oilers, and the Montreal Canadiens just tonight came back from 3-1 against Toronto and upset them to make it to the second round. So first, let's talk about the Jets. Let's talk about how they got here. Very, very dominant performance. Couple OT games where they happened to be the victor, but let's kind of just roll through each team's stats. So the Jets, you got people, both Blake Wheeler and Mark Scheifele with 5 points, Kyle Connor with 4, Josh Morrissey with 4, that's very good, Neil Poink with 3, Nikolai Ehlers 2, Stastny 2, Buhlman 2, a lot of depth scoring as well. And in goal, you obviously have a elite goaltender playing like his Vezina season. He is up at a .950 save percentage and a 1.6 goals against average. He obviously went 4-0 and swept, only gave up 8 goals, 1 shutout. That's the Connor Hellebuck we are used to in the Jets in Winnipeg. So it's very impressive what the Jets did in that first round to limit that really, really good scoring that the Oilers have. So I think the real important thing with the Jets was that bottom 6 for them, and guys like Adam Lowry, Andrew Kopp, Matthew Perreault, Mason Appleton, lot of good minutes from that lower line, and really good minutes from your top 2 defensemen right there. Josh Morrissey and Neil Poink were always out there when the McDavid Draisaitl line was out there. They had the job of shutting those 2 down, and they did a very good job. Not maybe you want a little bit more scoring, but all in all, it's about a perfect series you can get against a very tough round 1 matchup in the Oilers. So they did not in the year well, but they obviously had some things they knew they wanted to work on, and they did, and they showed in spades when they played the Oilers. So we'll see what their plan is against Montreal, but let's get into the Montreal Canadiens. Montreal, obviously, that actually happened tonight, the night I'm recording this. They ended up beating Toronto in 7. They beat them 3-1. Let's kind of just go through the stats. You got Tyler Toffoli, 5 points. Corey Perry, 4 points. Joel Armia, 4 points. Nick Suzuki, 4 points. Eric Stahl, 4 points. Kanyemi, 3 points. Paul Byron, 2 points. Kind of falls down a couple more people with 1 point, but all in all, like, plus minus isn't great. Most players are in the negatives other than a couple. They didn't play super impressive until those last 3 games where they just looked like the more dominant team. Before that, Toronto looked like, they're going to make easy work of them. But you also have a guy between the pipes, Carey Price, with a .932 very good save percentage and 2.24 goals against average. He was really an anchor in those last 3 games to give them a chance to win every night. So what they did so impressively, they had Philip Deneau's line on that Austin Matthew, Mitch Marner line the whole at least final 4 games. And it obviously, or final 3 games, which obviously paid spades for the new coach in Montreal. Philip Deneau, they only had one goal. Austin Matthews only had 1 goal in those last 3 games, and that was all very indicative of Philip Deneau and that line they put out there. A lot of shared scoring. You probably want more scoring if you're a Montreal fan. They did not do great those first 4 games or so, excluding the first game. So Really good depth scoring, amazing goaltending, and just they had a lot of fight in them. Gotta give it to them. They went out there and ended up winning. So now let's go through each team's MVP of the first round. So we'll start with the Jets, and I have theirs as Neil Poink. Neil Poink, amazing series. Him and Josh Morrissey, you could put both of them up here, but they really shut down that McDavid and Draisaitl line, and that's what they needed to do. So now let's go to the round one MVP for the Canadiens, which would be, I got Philip Deneau, just got done talking about him. Amazing series. He was the guy tasked with stopping He was the one tasked with stopping that Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner line. And they did that. They did that when they won. When they won, they stopped that line. So very, very good job from them. So that does it for that round one. Just kind of explaining what each team did to get here. But now let's move on to their matchup against each other. So in the middle there, I got the regular season matchups. So let's kind of just read over. Winnipeg 6-3 win. Winnipeg wins an OT 2-1. Winnipeg wins an OT 4-3. Then Montreal gets their first win in Game 4, 7-1 dominant performance. Game 5, they win 4-2. Game 6, Winnipeg wins 4-3. Game 7, they win 4-2. Winnipeg wins 5-0 in Game 8 and 3-5 Game 9. I would probably give a slight edge to Winnipeg. They did win every OT game, which could be very important for the playoffs, which there's been a lot of OTs as of late. But yeah, so I don't know how much you want to read into that, but those are kind of just the regular season matchups. Now let's go into a round 2 X Factor, which is just a player I believe will have the biggest impact, good or bad, for the success of each team. We will start off with the Winnipeg Jets, and I did Nikolai Ehlers. Nikolai Ehlers I thought looked very, very good that whole series against Edmonton. He had a game winner. He almost had 2 game winners. He almost won in Game 4 too. I felt like he was just flying all over the ice, putting himself in good positions. And he might just end up finding the back of net a couple times in this Montreal series, I believe. And for Montreal, I think it's a pretty easy one. It's Carey Price. If Carey Price plays good, most likely the Canadiens are going to play good. Carey Price, I wouldn't say he stole that series. Obviously played well. But if anybody can steal you a series, it's Carey Price. Carey Price is very capable of that. I could see it happening in this series. I could see somehow Montreal getting to that Final Four. But let's get into prediction right now. I'm gonna say, although I think it's gonna be close, I think all these second round series are all very good and very close. I just think Winnipeg, if they carry on playing like they did in that first round, I gotta pick them in 5 or 6. Would not surprise me if Montreal surprised us again. Carey Price could steal a couple games and they could win this series, but I'm gonna stick with the Jets in 5 or 6. So if you like that video, we do got 3 other second round matchups to check them out. Remember, leave a comment on who you think is gonna win this series or something funny. Whatever. These videos I'm doing pretty well. I'm going to do the same thing for the NBA. Let us know any other video ideas you want us to do. We're always open to ideas, so comment those below if you have anything interesting you want us to talk about. So remember, subscribe, like, comment, and you know what? We'll catch y'all later. See ya. Peace.